104 days of semen retention. And last night, I had my first wet dream on this streak. I had my first wet dream, and usually this would be the very thing that would make me relapse. That would make me just end my streak, quit it all. But no, today I was locked in. When I was sleeping, right? And then in the dream, I felt it coming on. I felt it fizzing up. So then I woke myself out of my sleep. And I said, no, I'm not doing this. And then it's like when you're peeing. And then you just you hold it back a little bit. That's what I was doing. It started to come out a little bit. I was just holding dear life onto my seed. I was not letting that escape my body. And it dripped out a little bit. But last night, I felt it. I knew it. I knew it was coming. My balls were just they felt so just filled up. My body just oozing with just too much energy and too much potential within my body. A little bit had to leak out. A little bit had to just get out of my system, unconsciously. And that is okay. A wet dream doesn't, mess up your streak in any sort of way. Today, I walked around, after the fact, after that happened, I woke up, just got along with my day, I didn't feel groggy or anything. I didn't feel this, I didn't feel that. I just carried on. I thought for a split second that, man, forget all this. I'm gonna just relapse, whatever. That's what I used to do. Every time I would have a wet dream, 30 days in, then I would get tested with a wet dream, and then it would make me relapse. Not today. Not today, man. So I made sure that I was not going to relapse. And then I just went about my day like a regular day. And everything just felt normal. Everything felt like the way it should have flowed. I still felt just as lucky. I felt, all the benefits still. Nothing left my body in that sort of sense. The female attraction was unbelievable today, just completely unbelievable. I was at the gym, women just talking to me for no reason at all. Literally no reason at all, making any excuse to do it. And then I went to the grocery store after, same thing, right? This woman, I wasn't even near her at all. And then she comes with her cart and then purposely crashes into me and chuckles and all this and tries to start a conversation with me like an older woman. Now I'm just hey, you gotta chill, man. My balls are ready to explode. Please just chill. And then even the men, just everybody just could sense it. Everybody just staring at me. People in cars across the street just staring directly at me. It's they know, it's they sense there's something with this. Their algorithm is, fucking up in their head. And they're what is that? What is that? They sense it. And that's why, they forced a wet dream upon me because they thought it would make me relapse. Whoever did that, fuck you. Genuinely, fuck you. Somebody just rained that upon me. But I'm stronger now. I'm stronger than ever before. And that wet dream, that wasn't going to make me relapse. Are you kidding me? You keep sending women my way, it's not going to make me relapse. You're getting scared now because of all the power that I'm obtaining through this practice. They're not ready for me to exist in this timeline. I'm just too potent. They feel my energy from the other universes from miles away. They know I'm coming. They know I'm just Armageddon waiting to happen. Right? And some people won't understand this. They won't understand this feeling. And that's getting me so frustrated along this journey. The people who don't understand it. Like, I mean, I guess you can't really understand it until you do it. But man, there's a spiritual backing behind this entire journey. It's not just no mumbo jumbo stuff. It's not nothing like that. I'm physically the strongest I've ever been. Mentally, the strongest I've ever been. And I attract everything that I want right now. Everything is just going so phenomenal for me. And I have such this positive state of mind all the time. Because I'm just committed to what I am becoming. You know? That wet dream, these women, yeah, and I get these thoughts in my head, like, they're sending so many women my way, just staring at me, for me to slip up. They want me to slip up because they understand my potential. They understand and know who I am already. Nobody's going to understand this, man. And it frustrates me. It really frustrates me. Because I can't fucking relate to anyone at all. You know, maybe some people on this journey can kind of comprehend, but everybody else, I could barely tolerate them. I could barely tolerate just regular people. I'm in my own bubble of wanting to just perfect this being that is within me. And along this journey, there's this sort of wicked, like, spirit within me that comes out every now and then that just, wants it all. Just wants it all. Just wants better for me. And it gets a little bit, like, egotistical and all this stuff. Like, it goes back and forth between me being real calm, me being real present and real happy with who I am, and then me just being real egotistical and angry and a dickhead to just everyone around me. And it's getting just much more difficult the longer I go along, because I'm getting more powerful. I'm starting to understand my power, and I'm early in the process, but it's starting to really just ramp up, like, day by day lately. Like, it's the craziest feeling in the world to have this much energy within you. And most people will never understand this feeling, ever. And they'll call it cope, they'll call it whatever the fuck. But I don't care. Good. Like, you don't want to go on this fucking journey, and you wanna hate or say that this is all cope. Good. Go fuck yourself. Okay, let me not say that. Let me not, get this video only 18 plus viewable. But listen, man, on this journey, you become something different. And the longer that you go along, the more powerful you become, the more energy you emit, and the more energy that you can attract and bring to you. Okay? And it's difficult. Most people will never do this in their life. They don't understand it. Right? And I believe in the theory of as above, so below. Right? I'm not too religious or anything like that. But you can see these billionaires, they do real, like, evil stuff, right? So if they're doing that to obtain power, what would be the absolute opposite of that? Retaining your semen and its sexual discipline to the highest regard, so then you can obtain the same sort of power that billionaires have, but do it the right fucking way. You understand how potent this sort of energy is? They wish that they can do this. They wish that they could obtain this sort of power by doing the right thing. But of course they can, because it's incredibly difficult. And you have to be almost mentally ill to proceed with this process when women are getting thrown at you. Women are getting thrown at you on the daily, in your dreams, everywhere. And it makes you sort of crazy because you feel like you're in this, your own world that nobody can understand. Nobody, man. But that's what makes you so unique. That's what's going to give you the ability to just transcend within this life and maybe within the next. You know, this is true just evolution of my being. You know, I can't fake anything with people anymore. I can't fake interactions of just me being all jolly and chill and all that. I have to unleash all the time. All the time. I have to unleash all the energy that I have within me and become like my just truest potential of everything that I was ever supposed to be within this lifetime. You know, I don't know how long I'll be on this earth, but I want my message to just resonate just with at least one person to give it a try. Give it a try. You will obtain the power of just of the gods. Like all of like this semen retention has been the key from this start. This whole time. They try to suppress it. They try to propagandate it. And everybody will call you strange for going on this journey. And it is, you know, unnatural to our animalistic nature. But it is the true test. If you can conquer your lust, you can conquer the world. I'm telling you right now, that is the only way to truly conquer who you are, is if you conquer your lust. You know what? I never want to end this journey again. And maybe by the grace of God, I pass away during this journey somehow. I got to be careful with my words because you manifest everything that you say. You manifest things quicker than ever when you are along this journey. But it's so real. Because I know that I will transcend and evolve if I pass in this state of elevation, in this state of vibration. And all the greats talk about it. And they try to suppress it. And people will call you weird for it. People will call you out for it. Because they can't fucking do it. Because they cannot fucking do it. That is why it takes a great man to do this. To actually conquer your nuts, your deepest, darkest desires of your sexual just energy. If you can utilize this in the right way, you can create everything you ever thought possible, right? Because all of your semen, right, slowly but surely, along 100-day journey at least, has been traveling up your spine, up into your pineal gland. And now you just have more capability than ever to manifest everything that you ever thought possible. This is maybe like esoteric or this or that. Like, bro, fine, God, this, that. You have the capability and power of God within you. That is what all these religions try to explain. But then these religions were taken over by man. And man corrupts all. Do you understand? All these religions were touched by man. For profit, for their benefit, for whatever. Right? So you have to try to find that deeper meaning within all of religions, all of psychology, all of science. Mash it all together. Do your own research. Figure it out. It's all just a big like Easter egg. You know, God loves an epic story. Look at the book of Revelations. God loves an epic story. So, of course, he's going to have Easter eggs. Of course, it's not going to be easy to figure out this information. But if you figure out that key, this is the key. This is like true just human potential within your ball sack. I'm telling you right now, this is everything you've ever needed to know. Just start your journey. Just try. your hardest to do this, because if you can do this, if you can conquer the lust, you will win in your reality. You will become incredibly lucky. You will be able to just get everything you need to get done. You will have endless discipline, motivation. Why would you not try it? Because it's too hard? Because it's more fun to come? Be so for real. What do you want more? A mediocre life of just coming in random hoes or all over your stomach? That's the worst case scenario. That's nightmare scenario. Or do you want to manifest the reality that's already out there for you? Do you want to bring that to you? Do you want to attract that to you? And then at that point, you can do whatever you want from there. You can keep attracting whatever you want. You can become, just a king within this world the longer that you go along this journey. And a lot of people will get ahead of you because they ignorantly believe in their self, and maybe they focus on using the wrong tools in order to get ahead, but they will always fall. If you use this tool as your foundation, you will never fall. You will just keep getting better. You will just keep evolving. You will just keep attracting more, and you will become the best version of you, which is what this life is about. Just peeking out your own potential, becoming the best version of you that you could have ever possibly become. So, if you haven't started already, please just give it a try. And I know it's hard, I know it's difficult, but just push yourself. Push yourself, try to just, stop being so distracted. Maybe delete social media, get off of Instagram, stop scrolling, start working on your physique. Do it all at the same time. Get better with your money. Do it all at the same time. And the semen retention journey will just flow effortlessly. And then before you know it, you're above 90 days, 100 days. And then you will start to feel just the magnetism of the entire world, just weighing down on your shoulders. And you finally, for the first time in your life, will be able to control your reality. I love you guys like always. Just